All right, guys, let's take a look at one of my favorite little pistols here, a Glock 26. So we could go round and round. Why not just carry a 19? Why not just carry a 17? Why not just carry a machine gun? This is a great gun. The point of this discussion is not just on the Glock 26, but that this is a custom build by Boresight Solutions. Ben from Boresight Solutions, we've got a handful of guns from him. We're going to just cover this one today. In the future, we'll look at a 19, we'll look at a 17, and some other guns that we've had him do. For those of you that may remember, we had Ben do two one-of-a-kind Walther PPQs for S12 back in 2018, beginning of 2018, and so I had him do this for me. This started out life as a Generation 3 Glock 26. I've got a Gen 4 here that has been unchopped on, and I just wanted to show you what this gun basically started life as. This is a Gen 4, that's a Gen 3, but for all intents and purposes, it's going to look pretty much the same from the general standpoint. So what did Boresight Solutions do to this gun? They started out by doing a very excellent slide modification. Ben does these great rear cuts on the top. They're not overly sharp. They're not going to hurt you. They're not going to tear up your skin. Front serrations, those front serrations keep the original Glock markings intact, which is nice. And then their logo cut out on top, which I like because I'm proud to know Ben. I'm proud to buy his stuff. So to me, I like seeing that on there. They then have the slide recoated. It is not I shouldn't say recoated. Their slides are redone in nitride, just like a stock sight. So there's a lot of companies that do slide modifications, and they then dip them in all manner of things like Cerakote, which is really a fancy way of saying paint. This stuff is done just the way that Glock does it. They're nitride. Something I want to point out to you guys, Ben from Boresight Solutions is really the original Glock builder. That doesn't mean that he's the best just because he's the original. It does mean that he's the best when he's been around the longest, and really the people that really know what's up, they go to him to have it done. Don't get mad if your best buddy owns a Glock chop and shop. Look up Ben from Boresight Solutions. You know what their motto is? Built for the fight. That should tell you something. They're not just built to be sexy on the range. They're not just built to look cool and showcase the craftsmanship or lack thereof of the builder. They're built to be fighting tools. More cops that have guns built by these than probably 10 other companies combined because they're reliable. They're built to be put to the test and not sacrifice any of Glock's well-known reliability. In addition to Glock, though, they work on M&Ps, they work on Walthers, they work on HKs, they work on Smith & Wessons and some others, CZs. I'm just showcasing the Glock here. So this 26, go down to the frame. Excellent stipple job, which this is their Duty Series package. This has a very mild undercut on the trigger guard, some stippling done underneath the trigger guard to help get purchase with your non-dominant hand, helping it hold onto the gun. This texture, which I have on a few guns from him, is just excellent to help increase that purchase. This gun, I had told Ben, do whatever you would do to your own gun on it. He gave me an Apex trigger. And again, this stuff is tuned up to be safe and reliable. This isn't something that you should not carry if it's coming from a guy like that. All this stuff is tested. I've got the magazine that I sent them. This is the extended mag. I'll show you this one here, what it looked like before it went to Boresight. This is a 12-round Glock 26 mag. They just carried over the stippling to make it blend nicely with the gun. So this 26 will carry 13 rounds on board, 12 plus 1. There's been a lot of tests on the 26 over the years, and guys have found that it is extraordinarily accurate, which many people think, oh, you need a longer sight radius, you need to have the sights farther apart so that you can really sight the gun. And Masayub, for example, did an article on this gun years ago, and many people concurred with his information that for some reason the geometry of these little guns makes them really pointable and just very high potential for accuracy. Of course, the shooter, the ammo, things like that are going to have a lot to do with it. Something else to think about when you're looking at a gun like, for example, the Glock 26. I'm going to grab one thing over here off camera. So the nice thing about Glock series pistols is interchangeability of a lot of parts. So I've got a lot of copper friends that carry this gun, guys that are detectives and such that are not out on as beat cops. So a little smaller package to hang on the hip. They'll carry a 19 or a 17 backup mag. So if they needed to deploy their weapon and they went through the 12 or 10 round magazine, they ship with a 10 round mag, which I'm not a fan of. I don't really like having my pinkies hanging off the edge of the gun. You see that? So with the 10 rounder, you're kind of got a little bit of real estate, a loss of real estate. Whereas if you upgrade to the Extendo mag, and this is a stock magazine from Glock, this isn't an aftermarket mag, it's a Glock mag, you're able to get that full purchase. And as I've told you guys, I wear an extra large size glove, if you know what that means, and I am getting a full firing grip. So if you've exhausted your 10 or 12 round magazine, you can go ahead and put a Glock 19 or 17 round mag in as your backup. Better yet, what if you're the kind of guy that really likes to plan for the worst? You can grab your stick and go to town. So that is something that is a nice feature of having a gun like this, like the Glock platform, is the interchangeability of parts. Huh? Funny, right? These sticks are cool. Now, true story, and we've got some interviews that we've done with some officers that after being involved in shootings that required a lot of ammo, I know 2 officers that carry one of these bad boys on their body after they were involved in shootings. Food for thought. That said, this gun with that trigger, check this out. This apex setup slacks out of the trigger, push, push, very clean break. I'm gonna reset, very short, crisp, clean, positive reset. You can see not a lot has to be done to keep this gun firing. And it's a flat face trigger. And this is an aluminum flat faced apex trigger that you can have these packages done from Ben. Some of them are just exterior work. Most of my guns, I'll show you one just so that we are on the same page. Most of my guns from Ben have no internal work done to them. We'll grab this guy. So here's a 19. This is a Gen 4 19. So you see similarities in the slide, right? We've done a lot of the same stuff, same cuts, etc. This one we reduced the finger grooves because this is a Gen 4. We've got a Vickers slide lock lever on there, and stock, completely stock internals, which I'm not against, but we told Ben, do it up. Let's make this gun beautiful. You can go a little or a lot with these packages from Boresight. The way that he breaks his stuff down is Signature Series, Duty Series, Competition Series, and then the Pro Shop. So with the Signature Series, you're really going to be able to just say, this is exactly what I want. Do it just like this, just like this, just like that, and you can pick exactly how you want texturing, serrations on the slide, things like that. So he did this Duty Series a couple years ago, and really what it was, hey, here is what we can do to take one of these guns, tune it up. This is the menu. This is what you get when you order the Duty Series. It's got this texturing. It's got these slide changes. It's got these undercuts. And when you get that gun, it's ready to go. Duty Series, meaning you can put it on your belt and go to work as an officer of the law or somebody that's carrying to protect the public. Very, very good stuff. And again, built for the fight, not built to look fancy, not built to be a safe queen, but to run them and to put them through their paces. And I run these guns hard. Let's see what she does on the range. All right, so we've got the Boresight Solutions Glock 26 here. Talked to you about it in the gun shop. Let's see what this thing does on the range here. So we've got the Ameriglow Spartans on here. This is technically the FBI style sight, serrated rears, that bright orange front. By the way, I think I've told you this before, Ameriglow invented that style of sight. So let's just see, we've got our C-Zone steel with the head spinner. We're at 10 yards. Let's just run this a little bit and see how she feels. The Apex trigger and the trigger upgrade work that Ben did feels excellent. The thing is about a good trigger, you still have to align the sights when you press the trigger to the rear. Guys go out and they upgrade triggers and they're like, oh, it's gonna be so much easier or better to shoot. You still have to hold the thing still as you're shooting. You know, there's a big misconception too about Glock 26s or short frame guns in general. Guys often think a little gun is gonna be less accurate. There's a lot of different authors over the years since the 26 was released that have talked about how it is inherently accurate. Masad Ayub, one gentleman that I recall reading several articles over the years, talked about for some reason the 26 is just a super accurate piece. You guys see I'm getting headshots here on that 5-6 inch swinger at 10 yards like it's nobody's business. Not hard at all. I watched that magazine fall because Ben stippled it. It's so beautiful. I was like, do I really want to drop the magazine? There's what the mag looks like stock. There's what it looks like if you get this Duty Series done to your gun. The other thing that I really enjoy about Glocks, and I've shared this with you guys before, you Glock shooters know this, I've got a 26, I've got a 17 mag. So if I was gonna carry this gun, I probably would carry a 17 mag or a 19 as a backup. There's nothing wrong with that hanging loose. So if you needed to do a mag change, the 12 or 13 rounds that you had on board was not enough, I can change out to my backup mag and get some work done. You know what I'm saying? Do I have another? I do. This gun's so easy to shoot. So the idea that a shorter pistol's gotta be less accurate is bullshit. Put the sights on what you want to hit. Oh, okay, let's get rid of our stance too. Short pistol, mechanics still have to happen. So we're on one leg and we're shooting that 6-inch target at 10 yards. There we go, that was good. That was good. That was good. Hit, 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 hit. The idea that you have to be somehow super supported is nonsense. Let's try that again. Let's go into a deep, deep squat. Yeah, those were all good hits. I'm okay with that. Boresight Solutions Glock 26. Everything that you need, nothing that you don't need. There's no improvement made here that's just for show. everything that's done to this gun makes it more shootable, makes it more sexy, makes it more delicious, makes it more Glockalicious, makes it something that your friends are gonna see and they're gonna go, who did that? And you're gonna go, I'll tell you who. I'll tell you. Boresight Solutions. Yeah. No, he didn't pay me to do that. I'm just that excited with it. This 26 makes me feel better about myself. You wanna feel better about yourself? Get down to Boresight Solutions Glock Emporium today and order yourself one up too. Tell them Mick sent you. I love it.